Isang kapalang araw sa inyong lahat.
Partner, mukhang masaya ang umaga natin dyan, ha?
Siyempre, kailangan yun. Kailangan, yung saya na meron ka, dapat na ibahagi mo sa iba. Despite of problems, circumstances, we should always remember to stretch our lips and to say to everyone that no matter what happened, I will choose to be happy. Di ba?
Tama ka dyan, partner. Dapat ang sakit, ang problema, dapat hindi na yun eh.
Totoo.
Dapat nilalabanan yan ng pagnitin.
Yeah.
Katulad na lamang ng ating programa. That our aim is to spread knowledge at syempre hindi mawawala yung enjoyment doon.
Tama ka dyan, partner. Kaya mga bes, matuto, makinig, at maging matalino. Ito ang Best Let's Talk About Science!
Partner, alam mo ba na
Hindi. Ano yun?
ang world natin is composed of land, sea, buildings, people, etc.
Totoo yan. Kaya naman, alam din naman siguro natin na lahat ng bagay natin nakikita is made of science. Or should I say, is studied by science.
Talaga namang science is everywhere, no, partner?
Tama ka dyan, partner.
Kaya naman, our program will help you, hindi lang ikaw, hindi lang ako, but all of us to understand the studies about science and important things. Am I correct?
Yeah, may tama ka. It is good for us para maliwanagan ng ating mga isip. No matter how old you are, kung manonood ka. Ang importante sa lahat is mayroon ka mapupulot kang aral, and because science is not just all about experiment, environment, human, but it's all about everything. Di ba, partner?
Yes, tama ka dyan. Kaya first one up is, sa tingin mo partner, yung paglakad, pagtalon, sa tingin mo may ano yun, may science?
Hindi ko alam, partner. Ang mas mabuti pa, alamin natin sa ating science expert na si Chia Saludades ang tungkol sa speed, distance, and time.
Sa tingin ko partner, may computation yan eh.
Hindi natin alam. Kaya naman, experiment na!
The formula we are going to use is speed equals to distance over time.
So for example, in this situation, Mervin are going to run for 11 meters.
So Mervin ran for 11 meters and finished it in 2 seconds. What is Mervin's speed? To calculate the speed of Mervin, we're going to use the formula earlier and put the data we've got. As you can see, speed is equal to 11 meters, which is the distance, over 2 seconds, which is the time. Compute. In the result, we know that Mervin runs for 5.5 meters per second, so that's it. Simple and clear.
Keller the vampire runs at least 50 meters per second. How much time does he run in a 15 meters?
So in that situation, time is missing. Just like earlier, we're going to put all the data that we've got. So, we have 50 meters per second speed and 15 meters distance. So here, just divide 15 by 50. Compute. The result is 0.3 seconds. That's it. Let's go to another problem. Drex is being chased by a dog. She takes 6 seconds and 5 meters per second speed before escaping. What is the distance? The formula that we are going to use is just like the speed and time that we've done earlier. Just put again all the given data. here, we're going to just multiply 5 by 6. Since both given is below the formula, which is indicating a multiplication operation. Compute. So the answer is 30 meters.
Ang pangalan nito ay Pico. Kyla, pasok!
Ayon sa pag-asa, isang super typhoon ang tatama sa lupa na maglalandfall sa mismong gitnang bahagi ng Luzon. At ito ay maghahatid ng malakas na ulan at makapanindig balahibong lakas ng hangin. Kung gayon, maraming residente ang nagsipaglikas na para sa paghahanda sa super typhoon na tatama sa lupa. Ngayon po ay kakausap po tayo ng isa sa mga residente ng Barangay 140. Ate, ano oras po kayo nagsimulang maghakot? Ay, kanina pang umaga. Marami pa po ata kayong hinahakot Ay, hindi naman masyado. Sinakto ko lang sa kasyang espasyo. Paano paghahanda po ang inyong ginawa? Ay, tinalian ko yung bahay kung sakaling tangayin ng malakas na hangin. Salamat po. Naghahanda na ang Barangay 140 sa bagyong Timpong. Maasa tayong lahat na magiging ligtas ang bawat isa sa paparating na bagyo. Kailan Mahilansero, nag-uulog.
Best! Let's talk about science! Ganun pala yung best, no? May computation, may time, may distance.
Sa ulo, para sa ulo.
Diyos ko,
Yan ako, hindi ko na aalamin.
18 years of existence, hindi ko alam yung mga, Diyos ko po, Maria. Grabe yun!
Grabe, best. At least,
Yan.
dahil sa show natin, nalaman natin.
Yeah, tama yan. So yung next natin pag-aaralan is
Is?
acceleration. You know what acceleration is? Hindi ko rin alam eh. Pero yung acceleration, alam mo kung ano.
Ano?
Yun yung gano'n kakabilis iwan ng gawak. Yun nila namin naman yung acceleration, di ba? Ay, joke lang. About that acceleration.
Yes.
Nakakagulo
Medyo
na.
nakakagulo. Kung hindi
Akala
natin
ko
alam
lang
kung
yung ano eh, yung...
speed?
Hindi.
Mabilis?
Parang siyang ganun din, pero within respect of time din siguro. Kaya best, pag-aralan natin.
Let's go, experiment ulit.
Experiment na! 1, 2, 3, go! Experiment na! Baklan po.
Did you know what acceleration is?
Acceleration is a vector. It has magnitude and direction. It is the rate of change of velocity of an object with respect to a time. Acceleration is the net result of any all forces activity on a time.
A bullet fired from a gun traveled from 0 to 253 meters per second for only 0.75 seconds. What is its acceleration? To calculate the acceleration, we are going to use the final velocity minus initial velocity over time. Then, we put the data from our problem and compute. The result from 253 divided by 0.75 is equals to 337.33 meters per second squared.
Grabe, best na yung acceleration.
Ganun pala yun.
Yung baril.
Grabe,
Nag-freeze
pakla ba?
lahat, no?
Oo.
Parang Matrix. Gusto ko, best, akilan mo ko. Grabe. Kaya,
Ang galing talaga.
yung sunod naman natin, best, labas tayo. Let's explore the environment. Diba?
Yes, let's
Tara.
Parang
Hard lang init, no? Grabe. Ate! Wait lang, ate. Hindi mo ba nakita to?
Ay,
Ito.
ganun pala yan dyan.
Bawal magkalat.
Ay, pasensya na po.
Diba? Isa yan sa batas.
Hindi mo yan ang school. Hindi mo ba alam yan, ha?
There's regulation. Kaya put your garbages and the right percentage trash can. Kunin mo na ba eh.
Pasensya na po.
Sige, okay lang. Magandang manners yan para sa atin. Sige. Ayan. So yung next nating lesson is all about laws, which
Yes.
means 3 laws of motion. Am I right, partner?
Yes, partner.
Kaya, hindi ko na alam yung 3 laws of motion
Yes,
eh.
hindi na lang.
So,
Andito tayo para alamin natin, para
Ah.
malaman din natin lahat.
wait! Magandang manners yung pagkatapon ng basura sa tamang lagayan.
Yes.
Kaya in-example din natin yun is because related din sa topic na gagawin natin ngayon. So, kaso hindi namin alam, so let's take an example of that.
Okay.
Kaya bes, experiment na! Baklon mo!
Newton's first law. Object in motion stay in motion and object at rest tend to stay at rest unless acted upon by unbalanced force. Newton's second law. The second law of motion states that the acceleration is produced when an unbalanced force acts on an object mass. It also states that the more force applied to the object, the more the acceleration is.
How are you? Aren't you glad to meet me? I think you should. I make a real good song out of you. Time to take.
Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction.
I mean, I really think you should. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite.
Ay, bongga partner.
Grabe partner, no? Ang daming sakong 3 laws of motion.
Yes. Napakalawak pala ng motion na yan. O, yung ang dami tinatakaw.
May inertia pa, may ano po, anik-anik pa, grabe. Mabuti na lang meron tayong program na magtutulong sa ating
Yes.
mga manonood. And we know naman that science is everywhere.
Yes, science is everywhere pala.
So, yung next naman ng topic is, grabe babe, partner, ang init.
Ay, ako nagkaroon ako naiinit nandito sa kami punto.
Init na ako kanina pa.
Pati sa labas pa tayo, walang aircon. Oh, walang hangin na dumataloy dito, partner.
Nahuhulaan niyo na ba kung ano topic namin?
Lagi na.
Lagi na. Partner, ano kaya ang topic natin ngayon?
That is
Temperature! Kaya,
Ay, alamin na natin, partner.
Kaya, alamin na natin.
Alamin natin lahat.
mga best, experiment na!
Temperature is a degree of hotness or coldness measured on a definite scale.
One example of a temperature is the sun's temperature, in which it contains 15 million Celsius. So now, how will we know the degree in Kelvin and Fahrenheit?
To convert the temperature from Celsius to Kelvin is easy. We just need to use this kind of formula. Kelvin is equal to Celsius plus 273.15. Yeah, you're right. As simple like that. So put the given that we have, which is 15 million degrees Celsius. Just add 273.15. Compute. The result is 15,273.15 Kelvin. Another thing is when we are talking about Celsius to Fahrenheit. The formula is like this. Celsius multiplied by 9 divided by 5 plus 32. Likewise, put the data, which is 15 million, multiply it by 9 divided by 5 and add 32. Compute. The result is 27,032,000. But in case that you have a Fahrenheit and you want to convert it to Celsius, just use a formula like this. Celsius is equals to Fahrenheit minus 32 multiplied by 5 divided by 9. Well, let's use the answer that we have earlier, which is 27,032,000. Subtract it to 32, multiply by 5, divided by 9. Compute. And the result is the Celsius of the Sun, which is 15 million.
Hi! What is momentum? Momentum is a property of object with mass and velocity. Then, it has a formula. P equals to m times v. P stands for momentum, m for mass, and v for velocity. Therefore, mass times velocity equals to momentum.
Johners ride a bike with a mass of 60 kilograms and travel for 20 meters per second. What is Johners' momentum? To compute the momentum, we're going to use the formula P equals to m times b. Then, 60 kilograms multiplied by 20 meters per second. Compute. Is equals to 120 kilograms meter per second.
Nararamdaman mo na ba ang
Sobrang lamig, partner. Hindi ka
Kanina
tulad-
sobrang init, ngayon sobrang lamig. Talagang naman na natin ang klima dito. Sobrang lamig. Talagang
We know that Philippines is one of the third world country, di ba? Napakainit talaga. So, yung next naman natin topic is scalar and vector. Scalar and vector. Alam mo ba yun? Hindi ko rin alam din. Pero meron akong idea about scalar and vector. Kasi scalar daw, magnitude lang daw. Ang meron, magnitude lang. While the vector has a direction in magnitude. Parang relasyon lang. Pag magnitude, pag scalar, nananatili ka lang kahit nasa pasal. Pag vector, umaalis ka na. Dahil kasi alam mo, pinaglalaroan ka na sila.
Grabe kami mga hugot mo, partner!
Naku partner, sobrang dami ko pinagdadaanan.
Oh my God!
Kaya naman, partner.
Huwag mo na intindihin yan. Kaya ito na tayo sa experiment.
Experiment na tayo.
Okay.
Okay. Mga best,
Experiment
na! Mga bakal na.
Hello, Jessica!
Hello, Don. Oh my God, I'm so fresh.
You look so fresh today!
Yeah,
Oh my
thank you. But I'm good haggard now. Can I ask you something about vector quantity? Do you know that? Do you know the meaning of that? What it is?
What vector is?
Well, if I actually learned from that, from my previous school, what I've learned from that topic is that it has a two characteristic, which is magnitude and direction, which is the main example, or which is the more clearly definition for that is moving place to one another, something like that. What about you? What have you learned from your previous school?
Yung sa akin, parang parehas lang siya ng vectors.
Oh, really?
Scalar. Ano yung scalar?
Quantities.
Alam mo din yan?
No, I don't know that.
Scalar quantities is it is fully described by magnitude only. Not hindi katulad ng vectors na magnitude siya at direction. Yung scalar, magnitude lang. Yun natutunan.
Oh, that's nice.
Some example of vector quantities in physics is displacement, velocity, acceleration, force, torque, electric field, magnetic field, angular velocity, linear momentum, dipole moment, vector potential, angular momentum, weight, current density, thrust, magnetic dipole moment, magnetization, polarization, electric displacement, and Poynting vector. And some examples of scalar are length, mass, time, electric current, temperature, amount of substance, luminous intensity, area, capacitance, electrical conductance, inductance, kinematic viscosity, electrical conductivity, frequency, fuel efficiency, magnetic flux, radiant intensity, reluctance, speed, and wave number.
Hey partner!
Yes,
Napakadaming lesson about scalar and vector. Ang dami niyang nilalaman, di ba?
Nakaloka. Pero at least alam na natin lahat about scalar and vector.
Tandaan niyo ba yon?
Tandaan niyo ba,
Sure
mga
naman,
bata?
tandaan naman nila yon, mga bata, di ba? Mga bata din. Nagaling
I
mga
love
bata.
science na talaga. I love science.
You should love science talaga. Because science is everywhere, di ba? So, ang daming pinag-aralan sa aming program. So, sana, lahat na pinag-aralan namin is magbibigay lesson from not your own stuff, for not on yourself, but you should spread that knowledge to the others.
Yes.
Kasi,
Para hindi lang ikaw ang may alam, para lahat tayo, lahat ng mga nakakasama mo sa paligid, alam.
totoo yan. Tsaka yung science na yun eh. Hindi lang naman sa bahay, sa TV na dapat pinapanood.
Yes.
Pinag-aaralan naman din naman yan. Kaya kung meron man kaming kulang, dadagdagan nyo ng mga teachers nyo. Di ba, partner? Kaya partner, meron akong isang kantang naisip. Itong kantang ito, pinag-aaralan namin ito nung elementary. Way back, oo, tanda ko pa, no? Way back grade 4. Grade 4 ako pinag-aaralan namin ito. Ito yung I Love Science na kanta. Ito yung umpisa. SCI, i-spell lang natin yung word na science. SCIENCE, 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 I love science. You know that song?
Yes, okay.
1, 2, 3, go! SCIENCE, 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 I love science. We love science.
We love science.
Kaya naman, salamat sa inyong pagtutok, mga manonood.
Yes.
Especially bata man o matanda. As long as meron kang natutunan sa aming program, pwedeng manood.
Yes.
Pwedeng manood, pwedeng matuto, pwedeng maging matalino.
Yes!
Ako si partner, Joshua Buhalog.
Ako yung si partner, Daniela Villa. Ito ang
Best! Let's talk about science. Bye-bye!
Bye!
Here we go.
Narito si Kayla May Ranchero para ihatid ang karagdagang balita tungkol sa Bagyong Karpo. Kayla, pasok! Magandang araw, bayan! Narito! Ito kasi... Bagyo, nakataan sa Philippine Area of Responsibility. Anong pangalan? Anong pangalan? Bagyong Pimpong! Ang pangalan!